Nicely done.
That
was good. It came across well on my end.
All right. Well, I heard the extra click. The beat started.
After the swish, you missed. Yeah. Okay.
After. So I mean, you can't be perfect every time, but I'm close.
It's all about the effort, baby.
Like 90%. It is the penultimate week before the playoffs. We're getting hot and heavy. We're getting hot and heavy in the league.
Hot and heavy, eh?
Hot and heavy. I beat Joe, so I'm thrilled. I have like
you're just coming in with that. That's what we're starting with.
Absolutely. I have like the second best record over the last 9 games. Nice. I am last in the roto, and I was looking this up. I am starting one player who's 90% rostered across Yahoo. I have the MacGyver of rosters, and I am making it work.
Yeah, you're the Tim Gunn of the league. You're making it work.
But alas, it is the only. I am fighting for the only position left of any significance remaining to be decided in the league in terms of playoff contention. We're down to one remaining position that will be decided next week. It will go to the wire for sure.
The scheduling gods really did us a favor here. You love to see it.
You love to see, says the person. Well, you last time were very excited at your prospects for your playoff seeding, but now
I'm switched. I don't know what to do. I really don't know how this is going to turn out because we're getting to the point where people are getting teams are getting weaker because injuries are happening and there's no planning anymore. So I'm just going to try to win all my games and see what happens.
You should be rooting for me because I'm playing Championship Stolen to try to knock him down back to the second position so he doesn't have to play you. So I think
but if I win this one, then I move up, and then if you win and he wins, then he and I are remained in a similar second round bracket. I'm also starting to wonder if maybe I want to avoid Mikey because he has a couple of categories on me that are really important to me every week, like points and threes. I need them. And he's one of the few who beats me almost every week in them, just from looking at other scores throughout the week.
Oh, he's kind of moved away from the Orlando Magic. No, he hasn't. A little bit.
They're all on the bench. He's in playoff
I didn't even notice this.
He's getting serious now. He's in playoff mode.
I legitimately did not notice he had benched all his Magic
he's
players.
Starting the one that you need to start for sure, which is Franz. I don't know. Okiki
he's cooled off a lot.
Yeah, but he's still good.
Yeah.
Now they played Indiana. That was a bad game. I watched that this evening. It was unenjoyable.
Why is he playing Chuma?
Stocks. Look at those stocks.
Good stocks.
It's the only reason.
Is Bamba no longer rosterable?
He is.
Oh, look at those big games.
Yeah, but look at all the games right before that.
Details.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate that I was expecting Mikey. Booker though injured. What's wrong? What happened to him?
He got COVID.
Got the COVID. That's good. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, that's good for me for the whole week. I thought it was just out tonight. Because I have Miles.
And Paul's out for the rest of the regular season. So both of those guys are definitely up for unless you think about the fact that losing your point guard, especially for Ayton, is going to be kind of disastrous.
I got Bridges, but yes. So
but no one's going to pass to him is the problem.
Whatever. I don't care.
Bridges just hit a 3.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So no, net, Bridges and Ayton still way better with no Booker and Paul in terms of production. So I'm excited.
More opportunities, but you might lose some efficiency. So
that's fine.
That's
fine.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that though. But
this is that time of year where that kind of stuff is everywhere, and you have to pay. You can't just pay attention to your own guys. You have to pay attention to everybody else's guys too, because you might know, maybe your bench player who is behind somebody now gets to step up because his starter is out. So you gotta pay attention to the whole league right now.
This is where I shine. If the fans remember last season,
late season guy,
I am not built for the playoffs. I build for the playoffs. I build in. I go
scrap it. You
I
scrap it. Like,
yes, I
you're
scrap it
like,
together. I find the diamonds that are getting molded through the season, and I put them together at the end. Like, look, I got Jackson Hayes in here. I didn't even know he was a basketball player 2 months ago.
well, he is accused of a horrible domestic violence incident, so you got that going.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So keep touting him. That's good.
Damn it.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Why'd you have to burst my bubble
I'm busting
immediately?
chops. Is what I do. I can't. I have to flex this nerdy knowledge somehow, and if it isn't
Sure.
to make you feel bad, then what else can I do with it?
I'm also still, not just to keep bragging, but I'm very pleased with my ability to pick up like a homer pick that's legitimately like a great late season find in Io Dosunmo. So like that just made my season, and like watching
in homer terms.
Yes, in watching them play the game, him starting and being like, I clearly need to pick him up, and then like him producing, that was like,
yeah, that's
that
nice.
made me happy.
This is like kind of getting Simons for me after the disaster of my Dame trade. So it's not like a total nightmare, but imagine if I hadn't done that, I'd probably still have Simons because I watched these games. Anyway, I'm going to be regretting that one for a while, especially when I play Mikey and Brown scores like 120 points in the week. That's going to be really sad.
If both of us clear the first, like, here's goals. If both of us clear the first round after completely being fleeced on our trades, we're winning. And me, after not just being fleeced on the trade, like it kind of came out okay, but not really because the ball got hurt. And then also my disastrous draft. If I win one play, if I get into the playoffs and then win a round, that's like gravy. I'm happy with that, because if I win the league, everybody else has failed completely at this point.
Correct. There's everyone else needs to do better in that, including myself.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that Dave trade was kind of a nightmare for me, but
not a good time.
It is what it is. Like, it was an overpay at the time, I acknowledge, but it was the overpay for upside, and I did not get that upside. But that's what happens. Sometimes you take a risk, it doesn't pay off, and doesn't mean you shouldn't take risks sometimes.
It's true. So specifically with the sixth position, we got me, we got Sandwich, we got Kawhi, and
you could maybe all have the same record in the final week. But man, if you can win this week, you're
in the driver's seat. I'm in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Because I think I have a shot. I definitely have a shot. I'm close in the categories that I am currently like actively attempting to win, which means I have a shot. So like close in assists and steals, definitely should produce there. I'm like way underweight.
Who are your assist men at this point? You don't really have any.
I have a lot of guys who get 5 or 6 a night. I don't have any big guys, but like
I guess Kevin Love and his dumb outlet passes.
But like Heald gets assists. Bridges is going to be diamonding out with no Paul or Booker for sure. Dosunmo he does.
Okay.
But again, like 5 or 6, but like everybody on the team gets like 5 or 6. So like Bane gets like 5 or 6, Trent gets like 5 or 6. So I'm not like leading the league, but if you're not strong, like I can nip you. And like it seems like Stolen is not doing it this week. So Dosunmo is also like
Van Vliet really makes a big difference there.
Yeah, and Dosunmo is like a starting point guard for the Bulls right now. So he was getting like 8 or so a night. It's a little reduced, but they've been playing terrible. Last couple games they've been absolute garbage, not moving the ball.
It seems like I've seen little bits and pieces of them. It seems like they're getting tired with like they've been so short of people and everyone's kind of getting fatigued, which this is not the time for that. So might be time to maybe time to like take a couple games off for a couple people, sacrifice some seeding for a little more energy and health down the stretch.
I think that's definitely gonna happen. Hopefully, because yeah, like Dosunmo's great, but he shouldn't be your starting. Like him being the starting point guard
he's not your starting playoff point guard. You don't want that.
No, so like they're obviously still in like emergencies conditions, like starting him and Javonte Green. Like it's not the ideal scenario you want for the team.
No, that is not it. That is not it.
But I do have a chance. Kawhi, because Poop Man is
Kawhi's good.
Habitually does not try, and then Sandwich it's gonna be tight. It's not too far away. I think he's got opportunities, but Amy is good, obviously, and everybody on this roster is playing for sure. So
Yep.
so she's gonna have
No Nurkic hurts, but
is she actually is he in the lineup, or did he bench
no,
him?
she's out. I mean, he's done for the season. So
No, but she's not
I
starting
think she
him. is what
dropped.
mean.
I think she dropped him.
Yeah.
Which I think makes sense. He's done for the year.
So Sandwich Drummond I know is not playing. So that's gonna be a close one. So yeah, so moral story, if either I think me or Sandwich get the W this week, I think definitely driver's seat for the last week, because I play Kawhi, that'll be close. And who does Sandwich play? We've looked at this a few times, but
should have wrote it down.
Poop Man. So that's almost like a free W. So he's got a W. So if he wins, he's definitely, I think, even more in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Which is
if he wins and you lose, he's probably good.
Yeah,
vice versa. But we'll see that final week. It's going to be interesting. Can you please get Kawhi on the show next week? Because I have not met this person in real life, and I would like to get the two of you into a bit of a sparring match here.
I will ask. He's way too mild mannered for what you want to happen. Way too mild mannered.
Can we just get him to have a couple shots first? Would that help?
It could help. Were you not drafting?
No, I was at like a restaurant.
Oh, that's right. Because he was on the call on the draft.
Okay. So
I will ask when I put out this episode for fans. We'll make a call. We'll get the fans to appeal for Kawhi to show up
by popular demand.
I do agree. It'll be good. Because the tiebreaker, a little weird. Is essentially like it back calculates the winning percentage if everybody's tied. So if you have the best,
isn't it something like your win percentage against opponents wins? Isn't that what it said? What does it say?
It goes back from the last week and until somebody has the better winning percentage. So like if it's basically the longest win streak. Essentially. So like if we both lose this week, it doesn't make sense. Basically if me and Sandwich both win this week and then both win again next week, I would get it because I would have the better record looking backwards the farthest.
Yeah, this says best regular season record versus opponents wins. Or whatever that means. We should probably look at this for next season.
I have. You can't change it. There's not an option. There's
not like a head-to-head?
No. There's no option for tiebreakers at all.
Wow.
I looked at it. There's no tool. It's just weird.
Thanks a lot, Yahoo. Killing it as usual.
We will bring it in front of the board over the off season at our yearly Vegas retreat to discuss contracts with the providers of the league that will be under review.
Or you got to open up bidding, eh?
Oh yeah, we're opening up bidding contracts up this year. So
get those RFPs ready, or get those RFP responses ready.
If the fans at home dump it in the comments, favorite provider, hit that like button. Anyway, so
rate us 5 out of 5. No.
Yes. So
this is going off the rails quickly.
So that's where I think Kawhi does have the benefits. He's definitely got he definitely has the last two good matchups. So I think if he can elevate to tie the record, we definitely have losses. Or I think Sandwich and I are both going to lose at least one of these games. I can't imagine we'll both win the next 2 weeks. That actually would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I would stay obviously in 6. So I think I have a shot.
Pretty active too. 4th in the waiver, a number of moves. So Kawhi is trying to get there.
Yes. Although no, he's 5th. It's me.
Oh yeah, I see contract. I missed Bamba.
Joe
but
and
still,
Mahia.
One of those who is putting a lot of pieces together, just like the rest of us, basically.
Still better than no move Amy. So no move Amy.
She's like 2 move Amy now.
She did have to make. She made an interesting move with picking up Kuminga
I like
Nurk.
Kuminga because Draymond is out probably for most. Well, I mean, he's been out this whole time. And it's why the Warriors are not as good as they were. Like they're like, I think I heard this the other day. They started the season like 32-7 or something like that. And I think since then they're like 19-14.
Yeah, Draymond is just like this.
He's really important.
Yeah, he's so weirdly talismanic for that team.
I hope in looking back, he gets the proper credit he is due for their dynasty, because like it never happens without him.
It's a situation too where I don't think maybe Durant aside, which is sort of not who you care about in that conversation anyway, but like Curry, Clay, none of those guys are gonna be like, yeah, Draymond didn't matter, you know. Like nobody.
Oh no, they would all go to the mat for him and say like, yeah, we were here, but like somebody had to stop somebody.
Yeah, there's no Scottie Jordan, Pippen Jordan situation here with that team. I think Draymond will get what's due for him.
But yeah, I mean, like from the team certainly, but like in the history books, when we're talking about the Warriors as one of the greater dynasties ever, like how it's all going to be on Curry and Clay. How much credit is Draymond going to get? Because he needs to get a lot of credit. I mean, the move was when they benched David Lee for him. Or maybe it wasn't David Lee. I think it was David Lee. In I think Kerr's first year, and that was like the move that made them take off.
Mm-hmm. I just hope Leandro Barbosa gets solid credit for his excellence.
Oh yes, certainly. Brazilian Blur.
Oh my God, he was definitely like him. That second unit when it was like Barbosa and Livingston. Oh man, that was just
unfair. They had like 8 starters in off the bench. It was like those guys all could have started for other teams. Of course, now they can't afford any guys like that anymore because of how the salary cap works and how much they're paying their stars. So it's like,
they were also just fun to watch. Like they all played really so well together. Like that was one of the best units of guys in the league at that period of time, starters or otherwise, because they just played so well together. Like it was so fun to watch.
And a pretty good level of continuity over a couple years, so they like knew each other really well.
Exactly. Alas, no more Dubs
anyway.
Talk. So that's the hunt for 6th. We'll see if we can get Kawhi on. We can
yes, let's make it happen.
Smack talk each other next week. I think
I will moderate, and I can ask you both questions about your teams. We could have a debate.
I don't even know what questions I will. I'm very now. I have to.
I'm a good interviewer. We'll make it work.
You are. That's definitely true. I just have no idea what questions you ask.
Yes.
Any other? So before we move on, any other interesting sort of seeding conundrums you see that matter, or is it just a mishmash at this point?
I think it's just like I think everything's kind of tiered out at this point. 1 and 2, like they're probably gonna get their buys. Unless Amy somehow loses out and Joe somehow wins out, then they maybe have a tie situation.
Oh yeah.
Because then it would be 13, 6 and 1 each, but that seems somewhat unlikely, but you never know. Like Stolen has confirmed his buy at this point, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty sure Mikey and I are pretty much locked in to our matchup. With the exception of maybe Joe and I flip-flopping.
Basically you and Joe, yeah.
Happens.
It's basically you and Joe is the only other.
Here's a question for you. Who would you most like to play out of the 3 of Joe, myself, and Mikey? If you had your choice as the 6th seed, who would you like to play the most and who would you like to play the least?
I'm probably going to say you. Because...
Even though I beat you?
Huh?
Even though I beat you in your streak?
Unluckily beat me. Like it was a close game, and like I was 1 free throw away, I believe, if we roll back the tape. However, like we are most opposite. So I think I am best equipped categorically to fend you off versus Mikey and Joe. I don't have the roto up. I forgot where I had it. I had it up. Let me pull it up. We're gonna see some Chris Tezak personal Google Doc drive for a second.
He just got in trouble at work. Okay, let's see.
I did not use Google Docs to work. Are you serious? I was trying to pull up to see between Mikey and Joe who's got the better sort of small person categories. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't want to play Mikey. Mikey is me, but better. So I definitely don't want to play Mikey.
Mikey is very well rounded. Like Mikey's got a lot of the things that I've got too, and like at a high level that I have trouble with.
Yeah, so like I definitely don't want to play Mikey. Mikey will crush me because he's just me. Everything I tried to pivot to, he's that's where he's good already.
Yep.
And then Joe, I pipped Joe, but like I shouldn't have. I will admit that. But I could adjust. So I mean, I did beat him, but I don't want to do it again. So I'm gonna say you. I want you.
Me. All right.
I want you. Okay.
Let's see if you come to regret those words. Because I'm out for revenge from last year when my whole team died, and then I played you in the postseason. And,
scrapping it together.
And I was a starter on my own fantasy team. That was how bad it was.
Conversely, who do you want? Who do you want to see first round? Who's your preferred, or who you want to see besides Stolen?
I think in the first, Stolen's getting the bye, so that's not going to happen first round. But I think Mikey and I also overlapped quite a bit in terms of that. You and I are like, I think you said we're pretty opposite, so I think it's going to be like a even game because I'm always going to beat you in the big man categories, and you're probably always going to beat me in the guard categories, unless like Curry has some sort of heater week where he has like 23s. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe Joe is the answer. I don't know. They're all fairly similar teams. It's kind of a hard, like we're all kind of jumbled together in a way.
Yeah, there's no like overwhelming, like just like category winners. Like definitely people are stratified by type of player sets. Like,
yeah, like,
because like, yeah, Mikey has points and threes. Sandwich oddly is still running rebounds.
The only guy who's better than me in boards.
Yeah, exactly. So you got big man. Joe's kind of tilted toward the guards.
Just strong everywhere. Like,
yeah, so he's kind of mid round.
So it kind of just depends on what happens during the week because he's strong in every category basically.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of more up to chance. And I feel like you kind of know what we're gonna get with you and Mikey. So I think like there's a higher upside of, I don't know. It's a riskier proposition, I think, to play Joe because he could just get like mind-numbingly hot, and DeJounte Murray could have like 8 triple doubles, and you get blown out 8-2. You and I are probably going to the last game every time we play each other, no matter what. We play it 100 times, and it probably comes down to the final game.
Yep. Agree.
Well, Greg Brown just dunked on JaVale McGee and then kicked him while hanging on the rim.
Nice.
Anyway.
All right. So
I have a non-answer for that question. I have no answer for you. I just don't want Stolen. Just stay away. That's all I care about. I probably won't make it out of round one anyway, because I'm starting to get worried about our next topic, which is good players starting to get shut down.
Who's shutting down? Who's shutting down?
That absolutely annihilated me last year, and I'm worried it's happening again already. So like on my team, Josh Giddey went down with a mysterious hip injury after having 3 triple doubles in a row in games that I think they all won. And it's like, okay, hold on. This is going too well. Oh no, they didn't win them all. They won one of them. So never mind. They're still fine. And I think if you read his thing where he says, won't be back soon, saying could be a minute, it's not day to day. That is shutdown written all over it to me.
It could be a minute.
Yeah. That has shut down written all over it to me. So I think he's done. And now I'm scared because that's my triple double guy.
That's a big hit for you. I feel like he's doing a lot of work for you.
Way up on the rank too. Like he was about 120 like 3 weeks ago. So he was super hot. Also.
And he's been really efficient. Like
yeah, he still turns it over like 20 times a night, and is basically why I lose turnovers every week. So that's one place where I'll be better off. But I'm pretty sure he's done for the year. For for Amy, Nurk he's playing the best basketball of his life right now, and they were like, nope, can't have that. We're trying to lose as much as we can also. So we need to get rid of you. We'll just handshake your new contract right here on site and shut you down so you don't like have another compound fracture of your leg.
Plantar fasciitis. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
real thing. I have had it, but like
Everybody, yeah, it's no.
every NBA player probably actually has plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, and like, oh man, his foot's so messed up. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 23 and 16, 12, 20 and 6. Yeah, his foot's terrible. Like, we need to get this guy off the court so he can rest up. So he's shut down. He's done. And then let's see who else was like
Paul. Who had Paul? Because that's
like poop madness. So
that doesn't
fine.
matter.
And then Paul matters. Mikey had Booker, I believe. Mikey has Booker, right? So that's a big loss. He's got COVID, so he'll probably be back in a couple weeks.
He'll be back.
That's not a shutdown.
COVID doesn't matter. It's gone.
It actually might help him because Booker is getting double-digit assists with Paul out.
Yeah, Booker is scarily good actually with Paul out. He's nuts good as a point.
He was playing the point before Paul got there.
Yeah. But he keeps up his scoring only goes down a little bit, and then he like jacks up assists way more. Obviously.
He's playing the one. So that's good for Mikey there.
Those are big minutes though. That's Tibbs minutes.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's going to go down at some point as they get locked into the top record in the conference and home court and whatnot. That was another one. Let's see. And then you start looking at the bad team. Like Portland is a great example of one of those, but you start looking at the bad teams who have good players like Indiana. Might we see a Halliburton Hield shutdown at some point?
Boo. I need Hield to go for 35 every game.
and he might, that's possible. You know what they also could be doing? They could be auditioning for a trade. So he very much could be the last man standing and going for 35 a night. And Halliburton's young and yada, yada. So they may not.
Yeah, I feel like they're obviously not going for the playoffs, but I feel like that's a see what's going to work for next season, right? Like that. I feel like the last 2 months for the Pacers is GM tryouts, right? They're playing for what's going to work next season.
I think they will go down eventually, but it won't be in the next 2 to 3 weeks when our playoff timeline is. It'll be like the first week of April when there's only 7 games left, and they'll just be like, okay, let's put these guys on ice so they don't tear an ACL or something and effectively miss all of next season.
One thing that seems again on the minutes, there's no reason Halliburton should be playing 40 minutes a night.
I mean, he's young enough that it's not that big of a deal.
I get it, but
it's okay for the rooks and the second year guys, but anything, you don't want Booker in he's 7 seasons in. You don't want him playing that many minutes.
Oh God, Hield playing for
well, they're the only guys they have. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I love it. I'll take Hield minutes all night long.
Yeah, it's working for you.
Yeah. And who else you got? Who else is maybe gonna get caught by the shutdown bug?
Oh, let's see. It's hard because there's so many teams in the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
In the play-in race. The Knicks, perhaps. So maybe Randall on my end, or RJ, or somebody like that could be shutdown candidates. Mitch Robb.
I feel like the Knicks
gets hurt so much.
I agree on the shutdown candidates. The Knicks also have the greatest plethora of garbage men and folks to peel off the wire if the shutdowns occur. That is a target-rich environment for just hot fire stats coming off the bench.
It's definitely there. You look at that in terms of teams. You look at which team has an opportunity. And if you look at Joe and I's matchup right now, we are both doing that with the Pacers. He's got Isaiah Jackson. I have O'Shea Brissett. Who the fuck are either of those people?
Brissett came into last season. He was a major factor last season too.
Well, he's not a major factor this season. In fact, he sucks. But he is very good at going 1 for 8 every night. He had one good game, and then otherwise he's been not good.
Yes.
but like that's kind of what I mean. Like, is you like if you look, he's got Isaiah Jackson down at the bottom. So you're like looking at you're just kind of trying to find the one or two guys for each team that are gonna get you the like garbage points and minutes and rebounds and stuff at the end of the year.
Let's talk for a minute. Bad GM Joe. You fleeced Bad GM Joe, who dropped Maxi, which I don't understand.
Joe, thank you so much. I was missing I like, especially with no Giddy, I was missing a guard. Like, I needed that. That was helpful.
He's like fairly efficient too, doesn't miss free throw. I don't
It's the 3 place of defense.
I'm mad. I didn't see him either. I would have taken him even.
He is a guy I have alerts set up on because I love him as a player, and I was super mad when I realized he was not available earlier when Joe picked him up earlier in the year. Maybe he drafted him, I don't know, but I wanted a piece. I wanted a piece of Maxi, and now I got it, and I'm very happy with it. No?
Sounds just wrong. Joe does have Joe does have the ultimate wild card though. I think that Joe has the ultimate joker in the bank, has had it all season long, and he might get 1 week out of Simmons, and it could turn the tide. And it might be the
championship game. What if that happened? That would be glorious.
It would be truly glorious.
I wouldn't even be mad if that happened. Like
I want it to either way. Right, like if he gets healthy and there's this big hullabaloo and he starts him and he scores like 1 point and like 1 board and like completely ducks the week, and the opposite if he like does a triple double every night and he wins the league, like either one of those would just be perfect.
I just want to see him on the floor, honestly. Like I just so desperately want to see like a Philly series with him where it's like game 6 and he goes in and like dunks on Embiid's face with like a minute to go, and like just ferociously destroys him. It won't happen because like it just won't, but
there's just so many.
That's the ending to this story, to eliminate him and Harden from the postseason.
There's so many of those potential just interactions in that series that must happen. The gods must occur.
The booing that will
on both sides, in both places. Like, everybody's gonna boo everybody
out of Harden. That's just a blood feud. Like, that's gonna be so good. If that does not happen, I will be so upset.
Like, the booing will be like unknown directions. Like, it won't even. There'll be home fans booing their own team. There'll be people booing everybody. It'll be indiscriminate. It's gonna be incredible.
A boo fest, like all booing all the time. That's how I like things to be.
Almost as many boos as LeBron gets on the Lakers right now.
Whoa! I think LeBron is the one doing the booing. Personally, I think he's booing everybody else. It's just like 12 J.R. Smiths and him going, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Yeah.
Oh, the Lakers are so bad. It's amazing.
It's very satisfying.
So I think some shutdowns I think definitely going to come into play. Joe definitely has the ultimate wild card. His team is very weird looking right now. Like, he's got Markkanen. Wendell Carter Jr. is still playing.
Yeah,
he did just drop.
He's doing great.
Oh, he's
Carter
playing
Jr. is good.
I'm actually curious. That might be a shutdown candidate to me. No? All right, fine. Vassell.
They're not shutting down anybody.
He's not going to shut. Vassell's a good pickup, but that's sort of he's starting to play the garbage game a little bit.
What you got to do. He's got enough studs though. Murray could maybe get shut down if they decide that they aren't gonna go for the play game.
I think that's possible. Also, Towns, where are they right now?
They're like the 7th seed. They're good. Yeah, they're not gonna. There's no shutdown happening for any.
Oh, they're in. Yeah, they're in.
They're right in the thick of it. Like, they're trying to get out of that playing game. Oh, Denver! I just bet some money on Denver to win the championship with this Murray Porter Jr. news. Like, I don't know if I'm them and they're healthy. I'm not scared of anyone in the West. Honestly, I think they're the best team by like a decent amount. Especially if Chris Paul isn't right. If he's not right, then they're gonna crush.
I think the Grizzlies are the dark horse in terms of like they have the raw talent but unproven. Like, that's all unproven talent. Yeah,
zero fear.
Unproven talent, zero fear. Could beat anybody on any given night, right? I think the Grizzlies could could basically beat anybody in the West on any given night. The
But can
question
they
is,
do it 4 times?
yes, and do they have the poise? Poise.
Yeah.
The Nuggets,
Not
though,
soft.
as we've discussed, I think on this show, Porter Jr. is the wild card to me. He's got to be healthy. But Murray
I don't even
is
think they need him. If Murray's good,
he is going to be an absolute demon possessed.
Yep.
Because he had a title stolen. Like they would have won. They would have won. The title.
Yeah. I think Jason. I think that is 2020 championship stolen in our league is secretly Jamal Murray. That's why we haven't seen him in any of our shows. That's probably him going for revenge.
Yeah, we secretly have been keeping secret that Jamal Murray is actually in our league.
Have we seen championship stolen in Jamal Murray in the same room? No, we haven't.
Some say
yep.
Some say that Jamal Murray is in our league.
I'm just asking questions.
People on the internet are asking questions
People
of
are
whether
saying,
or not Jamal Murray is in our
lots
league.
of people are saying.
I think that's a good place to end because I will neither confirm nor deny that Jamal Murray is in our league. The speculation is rampant, and he's looking, and it would be perfect for championship stolen to both reclaim both the fantasy championship and the NBA championship,
and win me some money as in the long
and
run.
win you some money. I have my Bulls bet. I did that earlier in the season, so I'm super excited about that. I think we got good money on the line. With good fun odds, so that's a win. We'll see,
Mm-hmm.
and we can collect summer league, which should be fun.
Yes,
because that's happening. So happening. I am gonna go so. Oh, we're gonna stop there. Anyway,
we'll get to this offline.
Yes. On that note, good luck, good hunting, and we'll see if Kawhi is here next week.
Make it happen.
The people need to speak. We need the people to speak.